Right, we also have some breaking news for you out of the Middle East. Iran has launched more than 100 drones, dozens of cruise missiles and ballistic missiles at Israel in a suspected retaliation attack. The IDF has confirmed the attack is targeted at specific places in the country. Israeli officials have declared they are ready and well prepared for the attack.
The IDF is well prepared. All of its elements, both on the defensive and on the offensive, are prepared. We have prepared for diverse scenarios in advance. We operate in close collaboration with the U.S. and our other partners in the region in order to intercept these launches. We have the circles of protection from both the Navy and the Air Force on several layers, and we have additional circles of protection from the U.S. military.
US President Joe Biden is on his way to Washington, D.C. to speak to his advisors about the situation. James Matthews has more.
America's response, which of course is critical in this most critical moment in the Middle East conflict. If Iran is sending drones to Israel, if this is a state-on-state attack, then there is a clear potential for escalation of this conflict. Joe Biden will be in the Situation Room. He will join members of his National Security Council, senior cabinet members and senior advisors who will shape America's response. Ultimately, Biden will be the key player in that. You'll remember, Barbara, that the United States standing strong with Israel in the past 24 hours, reinforcing its support for Israel, something that Joe Biden will have felt compelled to do given recent fractures in the relationship he has had with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. So talking solidarity with Israel and putting its missiles where its mouth is, talking about how the United States would provide the military kit to protect Israel from incoming drones and missiles, also reinforcing its own defences in the region with Navy ships and so on. Remember, Barbara, that Iran, via different Arab states, has warned the United States that if it gets involved in its fight with Iran, then US forces would be targeted as well. And we have seen that, US forces in the Middle East targeted by Iranian proxy groups, 3 members of the US military being killed in January. So there is all sorts of potential for escalation in this conflict. Much will depend on the veracity of these reports, first of all, that we're getting from Israel. And we should, one imagines, get confirmation of denial of these drones, which are on their way or aren't. If they are on their way, it would take several hours for them to reach Israel. The question will be, what are they targeting? Who are they targeting? Will they be targeting the country, cities in general? Will they be targeting embassies, civilians? What will be the extent of damage perpetrated by any Iranian attack? That will shape the response, one imagines, by Israel and the United States. Lloyd Austin, the US Defense Secretary, has been in touch with his Israeli counterpart earlier today. Let me read you some of what they had to talk about. That was Lloyd Austin speaking to the Israeli Minister of Defense, Yoav Gallant. Secretary Austin, we're told, made clear that Israel could count on full US support to defend Israel against any attacks by Iran and its regional proxies. And Jake Sullivan, the National Security Advisor, he tweeted earlier today, following his conversation with his Israeli counterpart, he reiterated what he called the United States' ironclad commitment to the security of Israel. So the United States and Israel very much in concert at this stage as we approach what could be a critical moment, a defining moment, not just in the Middle East conflict, but a defining moment for President Joe Biden, a man who has been much criticised for his stewardship of a conflict over the past 6 months. How he reacts and how he places a lid on escalation of conflict will be key to the conflict and to his presidency, a defining moment on a number of levels.